Bahrain, the word means two seas, and truly this cluster of islands in the Arabian Gulf has been part of more than one world. An important trading post since the time of the Indus Valley civilization, Bahrain had close contacts with the people of the Indian subcontinent from those times. The evidence is strong in the mainly unmistakable animist and Vedic places of worship that are part of the kingdom from its pre-Islamic times, such as the Barbar temple, where the central idol was clearly worshipped with offerings of consecrated water. More recently, Bahrain signalled its broad-mindedness and peaceful policies as far back as the early 20th century, when Indian traders, mainly from the Bhatia community in North India, were allocated land in Manama to build the first Hindu temple in the Gulf region. This Sri Krishnan temple thrives to this day and is the hub of Hindu culture and celebrations. Alongside this temple, we also have other places of worship serving the needs of the Hindu community, such as the iskcon movement and the Swami Narayan and Swadhyaya prayer groups. There are also gurdwaras for the Sikh community.
Yaratra kriyate karma Bhagavad paritoshanam Gyanam yattadadhinam hi Bhakti Yoga Samanvitam Yadatra Kriyate Karma Bhagavat Paritoshanam Jnanam Yattadadhinam Hi Bhakti Yoga Samanvitam. Whatever work is done here in this life for the satisfaction of the mission of the Lord is called Bhakti Yoga. Transcendental loving service to the Lord. And what is called knowledge becomes a concomitant factor. Translation with repetition. Whatever work is done here in this life for the satisfaction of the mission of the Lord is called Bhakti Yoga, or transcendental loving service to the Lord. And what is called knowledge becomes a concomitant factor. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The general and popular notion is that by discharging fruitive work in terms of the direction of the scriptures, one becomes perfectly able to acquire transcendental knowledge for spiritual realization. Bhakti Yoga is considered by some to be another form of karma. But factually, Bhakti Yoga is above both karma and jnana. Bhakti Yoga is independent of jnana or karma. On the other hand, jnana and karma are dependent on Bhakti Yoga. This Kriya Yoga or Karma Yoga is recommended by Sri Narad to Vyas. It is specifically recommended because the principle is to suffer, is to satisfy the Lord. Because the principle is to satisfy the Lord. The Lord does not want His sons, the living beings, to suffer the threefold miseries of life. He desires that all of them come to Him and live with Him, but going back to Godhead means that one must purify himself from material infections. When work is performed, therefore, to satisfy the Lord, the performer becomes gradually purified from the material affection. This purification means attainment of spiritual knowledge. Therefore, knowledge is dependent on karma or work done on behalf of the Lord. Other knowledge being devoid of Bhakti Yoga or satisfaction of the Lord cannot lead one back to the kingdom of God, which means that it cannot even offer salvation. As already explained in connection with the stanza, Naiskarmyam apyachuta bhavavarjitam. The conclusion is that a devotee engaged in the unalloyed service of the Lord, specifically in hearing and chanting His transcendental glories,